Alright, so here we'll be looking at the contact panel. Under the contact panel, we'll be talking about contact form plugins, creating new contact forms, and setting up an email account. Alright, so let's go to our dashboard to do that. Alright, so right here, if you don't have a contact form plugins, the first thing to do is to hover your mouse on plugins, then you click on add new. Alright, you need an internet connection to do this if you don't have the contact form plugin installed. Alright, so at the search bar here, you can search for contact forms, hit on the search. Right here you can see that contact form 7 has been installed in my dashboard. You can see right here, that's why I'm having the shortcut called the contact here, right? But if you don't want to go for contact form 7, you can also try contact form by WPforms. You can also try formulator contact form. You can click on install now, and after installing you click on activate. But right here I want us to work with contact form 7. Alright, so after installing the contact form, the next thing here is to work with the contact form. Alright, so if you hover your mouse on the contact, you click on contact form. It's going to take us to all the contact forms that came with the demo data for this particular team. Right here we can edit any of these to suit what we want. So let's assume we want to edit this. Hover our mouse on edit, then we open in a new tab here. Alright, you can see this is the code under this particular contact form here. You can see right here there is a place to enter name, there's a place to enter an email, there's a place to enter a subject, there's a place to enter a message, and there is a submit button right here. Alright, so right here, if this is okay for you, you can just save this and you grab this shortcode. This is shortcode you use to call this particular form to function. Alright, so let's assume we want to grab this code right here. Control C here. Right, now let's go back to our dashboard. Let's go to any of our pages or posts. Let's go to a page. Let's open a new tab. So let's add that in the about us page. Open a new tab. Let's click on edit here. Let's scroll down. I want us to add a new row. So right here we'll click on row here, then we'll click on the plus here, then we'll look for contact form 7 elements. Let's type in contacts. Alright, so this contact form 7 here, contact form 1, then we click on save changes here. Alright, then right here we'll click on updates. Alright, so after that, let's view this particular page. Opening a new tab. Alright, so scroll down here. You can see right here, this is the contact form. The first one says your name required, your email required, the subject required, and your message right here. Alright, so this is how we can go about the contact form. Alright, that's that for that. You can edit the already existing contact form, or you can create a new contact form. Right here we say that we have an option to create new contact form. So how do we create a new contact form? It's very simple. You hover your mouse on the contact, then you click on add new right here. Right, let's close all of this. Alright, you can see right here, if you are creating a new contact form, to come with the default code here, so it's left for you to clear or to start editing. So let's call this contact form. Alright, so after that, let's clear all of this. We want to add a new contact form. Alright, so right here, let's call this text. So let's call this first name. So let's mark the required. If you check any field as required, it simply means that if the visitor doesn't fill that particular field, the visitor will not be able to submit that particular form. Alright, so let's check required here. Then under the default name, let's call this first name. Alright, then use this text as the placeholder of the field. Then after that, you click on insert tag here. Right, but it's advisable right here that you add a label. Open this tag here, you write label here, then below the first one you close the label. Alright, /label, that's how you close the tag. Then after that, you open a new label here. Label, we can add another text. So this time around, let's call this last name. Then the placeholder here should be last name. Alright, and click on insert tag right here, and we close the label here. All right, open another label right here. Let's call this a drop down menu. So let's select as required, then let's call this gender. Right, now the options here, we have male, then we have female. All right, if you want to check this as multiple selection, it means that they can select both male and female at the same time. Let's uncheck this. Right here, you can check this if you want to insert a blank item as the first option by default. So let's check this, and after that you click on insert tag right here, and let's close the label right here, and let's just add one more before we call that a form. This time around, let's try the telephone right here. So let's call this telephone number. Let's call this phone number here. Let's use this as placeholder, and we insert the text right here, and we'll close the label. Right, so after that we have to click on the submit here label. Let's call this submit, and click on insert right here. Right, so after that we scroll down and we click on save. You can see immediately after that we are going to have this. It's going to generate a short code for us to paste in any of our pages or posts. All right, but that's not all. After your form, you need to come to where you have the mail. Very important. All right, you can see right here we're having the first name, the last name, the gender, and the telephone number is not added right here. And you can see right here, this is telling us that we have not added this in our message box. Right, what this mail panel does is that it gives you the ability to configure how your emails will be delivered to your email box. All right, you can see here, if this email is to be delivered, it's going to come like from the name of the person, then the email of the person. All right, then it's going to come with the subject. After that we have the message body. So we are going to delete all of this. We want to set how we want to receive the email. So right here we'll say from. So we're going to grab this, I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste that, and after that the next thing here is to call this first name. Let's grab the shortcode for first name here, paste that here. All right, then the next thing here is last name. Grab the shortcode for last name. Make sure that when you are copying, you copy everything including the brackets. Paste that here. Right here we'll have the gender. That the gender here, we'll select everything here, we'll copy that here, paste that here. After that we have the telephone. If you don't copy the shortcode at the message body, it simply means that after the person finish filling his or her information, you're not going to get the value. So it's important that you copy and paste all of this here. So the beauty of this is that it gives you the ability to set how you want your email to be delivered. All right, so right here, if somebody fills in this form and clicks on submit, when it gets to my email, it will be like from the person's first name is Kelvin, you are going to see from Kelvin, last name could be George, then gender here, whatever the person select as gender will be displayed here. So you're going to see gender, male or female. Then right here, the telephone, you're going to get the telephone number of that particular person. All right, you are going to have a short description here that will say this email was sent from a contact form on. Right here you can enter the name of your website. You can call this www. My first website.com. Right, and after all of that you click on save. Now there is another thing here. If you go back to the form here, let's assume you want them to upload a file. Right here, let's create a new label. Right, so let's call this label, and let's pick a file here. Let's call this passports. Right, then file size, let's call this 1024. That's 1 gig. Then acceptable file type, let's call this PDF. Then you use this to separate, call this docs and so on. All right, then after that you click on insert tag right here. So we're going to close that particular label here. All right, and we're going to click on save here. And we'll go back to our mail here. You can see the passport is not here, so I'm going to grab the short code for the passport, Control C right here. I'll copy directly here. We'll scroll down. This time around, if you are adding a file, don't add the file in the message body. Why? Because there's no way the passport is going to be added to the message body. All you need to do is to come to the file attachment here and you paste the code here. Very simple. All right, after that you click on save right here. All right, you can see right here this was bold before, right now it's no longer bold. Why? Because I've added the short codes here. Right, there's another thing here under the tool. This is where you have to set the email address you want to use to receive the forms. All right, take for instance your email address is chidi30@gmail.com. all right, now let's assume this is your email address. You have to set that here. Then from this is where you are going to contact your hosting provider. This could be admin at my first website.com. all right, it's always admin at your domain.com. all right, so after that you have the subject right here. You can just type anything and call this. all right, then additional. Wow, we didn't add an email to our form, so let's just do that. It's very important. So right here we type in label. So let's select email here. So let's call this your hyphen email. Right, you can type anything here. Email address. So use this as placeholder, insert tag here. All right, then after that you close the label. Right, very important. Then let's save this. Right, and we'll move to the mail here. Right, so we have added that here. Right, then after that we'll move to the messages. This is where you can edit messages used in various situations. Here for details, see edit messages right here. This is sender's message was sent successfully. If the sender's message was sent successfully, what should be the response? Right here you can see the response says thank you for your message, it has been sent. You can change this to suit what you want. This is sender's message failed to send. You can change this. You can go through all of this. All right, and you configure this to suit what you want. After that you click on save changes. All right, so basically here we have created a new contact form. Right, after all of that you grab your short code here. So let's highlight all of this and let's copy this. All right, so let's go to our page. Let's go to any page here. Let's view all pages. Let's put this at the home page. Let's edit this. Right, so right here we're going to scroll down and to put this at the bottom. So right here let's call this contact form. See, this is the name of the contact form. It's called our contact form. We select that to click on save changes, and right here we'll click on update. All right, so let's view the website here. Let's view our website. Right here let's scroll down here. You can see right here this is how the form will look like. This is the first name. You can see this is the placeholder text. The placeholder is having first name. Once you click on that you can start typing your first name. So you can call this George. all right, then you enter your last name right here. You enter your email address. Then this is the drop down here. You can select a male or female right here, and this is the telephone number. All right, and this is where you're going to select your picture here. If you click on that, it's going to take you to your PC right here. If you have a document or PDF, you can install that here. Once you click on choose, it's going to display that here. Then after that you click on submit. All right, it's not going to be successful. Why? Because you will need an internet connection to do all of this. This is a local server, but it's good that you set all of this. All right, so basically here this is how you can create a new contact form and you can embed your contact form to any page or post of your choice. Then after that, we've talked about how to set up the email account. Basically here, this is how you can create a new contact form and you can set up your email account. So in the next section, we'll be looking at how to work with the media library. See you at the next section.